example of how crass this anthropomorphism is. You have a hadith that the Hanbalis were famous for narrating, and believing in hadith is part of the Athari creed. So this hadith, the Prophet allegedly says that he saw Allah in the form of a young man with curly hair. This is what the hadith says. And the Hanbalis believe in this hadith, and the Atharis have to affirm this hadith. Here are the receipts. Ahmed ibn Hanbal, according to multiple witnesses, validated this hadith as true. The Hanbali authorities like Qadi Abu Yala, Darakutni said the hadith is true. Even Ibn Taymiyyah said this hadith is sahih. So Jake, if you follow the Athari creed, fine. I want you to admit that you believe that Allah has the form of a young man who is beardless and who has curly hair. Just admit it if you're really an Athari. Otherwise, you should denounce the Athari creed immediately.
Believe your God has a curly hair.
I'm asking you firstly, which is that we don't believe that. No one believes that.
Your scholars believe
no,
that.
No,
Ibn Taymiyyah
no,
believe
no, no,
that.
no, no, don't misquote Ibn Taymiyyah.
Hazrat Umar believed
no,
that.
No, don't misquote. No, don't misquote that.
What
don't
misquote? I give you reference.
I'll tell you the hadith. You keep it. Okay, Yusuf.
The dream it wasn't. So he see it in the reality.
No.
He saw in the reality God.
No.
Young boy.
No. That's anyone believes that. Anyone believes. That's kufr.
He wear clothes.
That's kufr.
I know.
But don't believe.
I know. I don't believe.
No. Show me Ibn Taymiyyah says in real life.
Ibn Taymiyyah believe in that.
Show us that he's in the real life. I'm gonna show Ibn Taymiyyah said.
show you.
No. Because why? Shia are known to lie. He just lie about Nabi al-Azim. And they have. He said he believes in Fatih. Anyone believes that's kafir billah. Ibn Taymiyyah said all of it. Look. Ibn Taymiyyah said fi talbis iblis. All of them in a dream. Ibn Taymiyyah said.
Where is Ibn Taymiyyah?
No, expose him. Ibn Taymiyyah قال ابن تيمية في تلبيس إبليس يا. Look. وهذا الحديث الذي أمر أحمد بتحديثه قد صرح بأنه رأى ذلك في المنام. وقال في المنام in a dream. See, he's lying. He's lying against Ibn Taymiyyah. I'm not gonna lie because let me excuse me. No, never. Now listen to this, yeah. And now when you see, like people can see Allah, doesn't mean Allah. Ibn Taymiyyah mentioned the belief of the person about Allah. Just as Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam saw the stars and the moons and the tree prostrating to him. Doesn't mean the sun and the moon was moved away from the sky and became prostrated to Yusuf. What it means, he saw his father and his mother. So when Allah clearly said, لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٌ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. There's nothing like unto Allah, and is the all-hearing, the all-seeing. Rather, because believe, anyone says, I saw Allah in a reality like this, he's a kafir.
Those who even accepted that this hadith was authentic, none of them took it in the way that Khalil is claiming, that they literally, in light of this hadith, believe that Allah, astaghfirullah, is a literal man that is beardless with curly hair. None of them actually believed it in that way. Okay? Imam Ahmed did not believe it in that way. He also quoted Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah as well in the debate as being one of the people who accepted this hadith. Well, I'm going to show you what Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah actually said about this hadith. He said this, and I quote, "And all of them," meaning the narrations about this hadith, "contain what indicates that this was in a dream and that it was taking place in Medina, except for the narration of Ikramah on the authority of Ibn Abbas. May Allah be pleased with them. Ahmed ibn Hanbal made the two narrations one, and so the scholars said," and he goes on to explain further. But the point is that this narration was taken as a dream, not a literal appearance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No. Then Ibn Taymiyyah goes on further to say, and this narration that Ahmed ordered to narrate, which Khalil was quoting from, made it clear that it was a dream. It was a dream. Okay, so that's the first thing to note. Now, here's what Ibn Taymiyyah says even further. "We do not believe that what a person imagines in his sleep or wakefulness is from images, that Allah in his essence is like that in the dream. So we do not believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually looks like or is a humanoid figure or a man that is beardless with curly hair. He himself is not like that, Ibn Taymiyyah says. Rather, it is the same for the essence of the jinn and angels, which man cannot envision and imagine it as it is in reality. Rather, it is different from what he imagines and forms in his sleep and his wakefulness, meaning what you think of as an angel in your dream or a jinn in your dream is not the reality of what it is. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is even much greater different than whatever you are claiming to imagine in your dream. Okay? Then last but not least, Ibn Taymiyyah says this: it is not permissible, it is haram for him or anyone to believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself is like that image, what you have seen in your dream. So anything that is in a dream that is supposedly an image of God or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cannot be believed to actually be what Allah is or what he looks like. So again, you quoted a hadith where third, even if it is authentic, and thirdly, what is the description of Allah in a dream is not what he actually is, and it's haram to actually believe that.